I always knew that I wanted to be a pastor, but that calling didn't become a reality in my life until about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Orlando suffered one of the biggest tragedies since 9/11, which was the Pulse Massacre. And I remember waking up that morning, going to church, getting ready, and getting a phone call from my mother saying, "Hey, we can't seem to find your brother. There was a shooting at a club, and we need to know if he's alive." So I remember getting up, getting ready, and just going straight to the hospital and looking for him. And I remember feeling so desperate, trying to make sure that my brother was safe, that he was alive. And luckily, when we got there, my brother was actually home, and we ended up finding out that he was all right. But when I got there, I started seeing friends, started seeing people from the community, people that I work with that were there in the hospital, trying to find out about their family members and their loved ones. And I decided to stay, decided to be there, just be of support in any way that I could. And I remember that feeling of hopelessness and that feeling of desperation that the families were experiencing. I remember just feeling like, man, where's the church? Like, where's the church here? Like, where's the church when the community needs it the most? And I remember leaving that day and just going home and just feeling that burden, saying, God, what do you want to do? And that's when I started feeling that calling that God was just putting in my heart and saying, hey, your time is now. There's a community out there that's in need, that is hurting, that needs the church to be there and to serve. And I feel like that's when God started putting that vision in our hearts to be a church that's visible, to be a church that is in the community, but it's for the community. That's a church that is just taking action and just being active with our community needs. And that's when Visible Church came, and that's where we got our name and our vision.